Hey there, it's Jenny, and today I want to talk about how you can give a strong launch to your new leader or business builder in your network marketing business. Okay, so in my last video, I talked about how you can know if you have a good, strong leader who's going to be committed and capable. So one of the first things you want to do to really give someone the ultimate test is to see if they can bring on a few people to a business call with you before you even sign up any of them. Because if they can, boom, that's a really good sign that they can bring people to the table and be a strong leader in your business. Well, I also talked about doing a three-way business call with your upline. And once you do that, then you're going to go to the next step and actually launch your new leader. So how do you do that? So we are going to do a 6 weeks to base rank program. Now, it can be shorter or longer than this. It can be 4 weeks, it can be 8 weeks, but 6 weeks is a really good middle of the road period of time where people can do some prep and plan some events and have time to invite people to those events and then continue on from there. Okay, so let's start with 6 weeks, and you can amend it if you need to, but you want to go through it a few times to really be familiar with how it works, because it can work really well. So this really generates momentum, and you want to make sure that you've done that three-way business call and that you've found out their goals and how much time they have per week, because they need to be investing or willing to invest at least 20 hours per week in order to do this program. If not, then I would be hesitant to do it with them, or they can do it on their own. But this is what the program looks like, okay? If your company does samples, then that's one way you can start with the prep work, is you can have them make a list of people. Okay, they're going to do their names list and they're going to get out a whole bunch of samples, as many as they can, because that's going to help people be ready once if they've already tried the product, right? And it's also helpful for them to rank their list depending on if they're just looking for customers, but they can also find maybe business partners in this launch. And so they want to be looking for people who are qualified for that. And we look for people who have had some business experience. They're interested in those types of products that you carry. They have a supportive spouse. They are between the ages of 30 and 55. Those are just some of the factors that we look at to see if someone is more likely to be a good business partner in the future. So when they start the 6 weeks to rank, they are going to start getting all those samples out to people, calling people, texting people, hey, can I bring this sample by? I'm doing this. You know, a lot of times we don't like to hit up our friends and family, but when we're starting something new, that is our most supportive group, okay? And then it's good to have a plan for after that. But that's who we start with first. It's the people who love us the most. They want to see us succeed, right? And also, we like to tell them about new, exciting things that we find. If we watch a good movie or go to a good restaurant, we like to tell them that, you know, our circle of friends, and share that with them. So that's what we're doing. And we're sharing our samples as we get started, okay? So we want to shoot to sample at least 45 people. Because we're going to start out with 4 workshops or classes, okay? And we can speed this process up by having those three-way business calls early on in the process with people. But if we haven't done that already, then we are looking for business partners as we go through these first 4 classes with their people, the 45 people. So if you're launching yourself, and you're doing this for yourself, you can do it for yourself. But this is how you launch your new builder. So you're helping them to find their business partners, and so they're going to be sampling 45 people, okay? So that's what they do in the first 2 prep weeks. And you're teaching them, you're giving them a script on what to say when they give a sample and how to follow up. and how to prepare for the classes and how they're going to invite people to the classes, what they're going to say, and that they're going to call and remind them 2 days before and text them 2 hours before. You know, all those things goes into the first 2 weeks of prep, okay? And then we have our first real week of the launch. All right, so this is when we do 4 meetings or workshops or classes, whatever you want to call them, in 1 week. Because then as they're going back and following up with all those 45 people they've just sampled, they're going to say, hey, they're going to say their script for inviting. You know, I'm doing an event. I'd really love you to come to one. Are you interested? And if the answer is yes, then they have 4 different options they can give them. Because most of the time, if you give someone one option, what happens? Like, oh, I have something that night, right? So we want to have 4 different options so that all of their people can pick one option that's going to work for them, right? One of the classes. So you're going to help them do their first 4 classes. And most likely it's going to be online, and that's okay. That's great. Try to do a couple during the week, like in the evenings when people are off work, and maybe a couple over the weekend, okay? Now, we want to set a goal, depending on your business, but most network marketing businesses, we build business by educating people about our products, right? And workshops or classes or meetings or where we teach them how the product works, how it's used, what are the benefits, right? And how we use it and why we love it. That's what we do in these meetings. So that's what we're teaching in these meetings. And so we try to get everyone into those first 4. And from those, we're going to offer a gift or an incentive for whoever else will host a class. So one of the goals with these 4 classes is to book 2 more classes from each one. Okay, so think about this. We are building recurring income. We are building an asset, a business that is going to continue to pay us. So it's worth it to do a big push and do a bunch of classes over a period of the first few months and really get a solid foundation going at the beginning, okay? So it's going to be worth it, all right? Yes, it's going to take some work, but it's worth it. All right, so once we have done our 4 classes, our new person is going to have an idea of how the classes are done. Now, I can go into that, but usually I teach the first one for them and have them introduce me, and then the second one I'll have them do a little part and I'll give them the script, and so it's easy. And then the third one I'll have them do like a different part that's longer, but it's still easy because I give them the script. And then the 4th time, I'll do a little part and they try to do a lot of it themselves. So that's kind of how we help people get confident in teaching their own classes and workshops, right? Is helping them do it at first and then letting them do a little more. So after those 4 classes, they should be ready to do more classes completely on their own. All right, and you can still support them, you can still help them and do a few more for them if you want, but that's the plan. Now, after those 4 classes, we should have a few people, if we've mentioned at least the business opportunity and the benefits of doing our network marketing business, especially finding those people that are really interested in the product, they really love it, maybe they're interested in sharing it. And so then setting up 3-way business builder calls with those people who are interested. So that's another one of the goals that we want to accomplish in that launch week of the 4 classes, is to find other people that are interested in the business opportunity. Okay, so after those first 4 classes, then we want to take a week off. We don't want to schedule any classes the next week. We want to give our person like a week to catch their breath, right? And to prep for the next classes. So in those next classes, we're having hostesses, right? Host those classes. So they actually are going to be doing some things just to coach their hostesses on how to invite and how to remind and help people get to the class. Okay, so that's what's happening on the second week. We're following up with the first people that purchased the products from the first 4 classes. We are setting up more classes, right, and helping our hostesses get ready. And we're doing those 3-way business prospect calls with the people that are interested in the business. So that is the first few weeks of our 6-week program. So we've got 2 prep weeks, and then we've got our 6 weeks, right? So the very first week is the 4 classes, and then we take the week off for prep. We're prepping and we're helping our hostesses get ready. And then each week after that, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6, we should have at least 2 classes each of those weeks that are set up. Okay, so we're going to help them continue teaching those classes and booking more classes after that. They are going to continue finding new builders, right? New business partners. And they're going to do the same system. It's duplicatable. It is easy to continue and for them to teach their new people, right? And so it's like magical. So if you know how to help them get to this first rank, which they should do after the 6 weeks, like after that, that's like 12 classes, you guys. If you do all 12 of those classes, they should be at the base rank. If you're not closing people, then you really need to look at that process and look at how you're presenting your products and whether it's really effective. But you should have that result by the end of the 6 weeks. And if you can build that person to that rank, and then they can build their 3, or however many people to that base rank, that is how you build a successful network marketing business. That is duplicatable because you helped someone get there. They can help their people. They can teach their people how to get there. And it just keeps going from there. So that is how you launch a strong new builder in your network marketing business. Thanks for watching my video. Hope you got some great tips. Please like, comment, and subscribe to get more rock star business building tips. And if you'd like access to my exclusive video on how to build your network marketing business in 10 minutes per day, check the description box below.